Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Veggie Fest 2025. I'm honored to be here today with Professor Andreas Michelsen, Professor of Medicine at Berlin Medical University in Berlin, Germany. So Andreas, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you here with us at Veggie Fest.
Pleasure
I know
is
you've
mine.
been coming for many years.
Yeah.
Is this your first year speaking at
Yes,
Veggie Fest?
yes.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, we're excited to have you. I know you're one of the world's foremost experts in the field of fasting.
Yeah.
And particularly how it can be a key contributor towards achieving optimal physical health.
Yeah.
But you're a physician and you're a PhD.
Yeah.
How did your practice of medicine and scientific research lead you to this particular field of study? And is fasting a new approach to optimal health, or has
Yeah.
it been around for a long, long time?
Well, my personal history with fasting is largely influenced by a professor. I was trained in cardiology many years ago, and he was familiar with the tradition in Germany and in Europe about fasting. So I was running the ward as a young doctor, and then he recommended me to apply fasting with some of the patients with hypertension. And I was really surprised because I said, why fasting? But he said, let's do that for several days. And so I observed the amazing effect of fasting. The high blood pressure normalized. The patient was cured, like kind of a miracle for me as a young doctor. And
was this something he was experimenting in at the time, or he sort of knew it, was trying to get
he
you
knew
to
it.
do
He
it?
knew
Okay.
it. He already treated thousands of patients with that method. So I was really impressed and stick to it. And then when I was medical director myself, I put that fasting method just into the treatment schedules.
As a cardiologist.
As a cardiologist, yeah. I know it's a little bit unusual, but the effects are so obvious, and it's such an easy and also cost-effective method that I was really fascinated by the method. But as you asked, there is a large tradition in Germany, in Austria, in Switzerland, in Europe to practice fasting in some kinds of diseases.
And was it sort of new for cardiology, or is that just one of the common things that you've, over the years where it's proven its efficacy?
Well, in Germany it's still a niche, let's say, but everybody knows about it. Not all doctors, of course, practice it, but everybody knows that fasting is kind of a medical treatment that you can choose, that you can select when nothing helps anymore.
Now, you mention in your writings this concept of intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting.
Yeah.
So can you describe those two and which ends up being more effective, or are they both also equally effective?
It's also a good combination to practice both, but for sure intermittent fasting is easier. Yeah,
And explain exactly what is intermittent
The
fasting.
most popular, intermittent fasting starts when you maybe refrain from food one day a week.
Okay.
Yeah, like in many religious traditions. But the most popular today is time-restricted eating, where you try to narrow the window of your meal times to a period of 8 or 10 hours. For example, you have your breakfast at 8 o'clock, and then you have your dinner latest at 6 p.m.
Right.
So this is kind of time-restricted eating schedule when it starts. So then you have 10 hours of eating, and you have 14 hours of rest.
Right.
By the way, everybody is practicing fasting during the night. So you have only to prolong the night somehow. And so this is time-restricted eating. It's very good for a moderate weight loss and against diabetes type 2 and hypertension.
And so when you talk about prolonged fasting, I assume these are multi-day types of fasting?
Yeah, this is the crown of fasting. Yeah, so I know that it sounds unusual, yeah, but you refrain from food at least 5 days. The medical effects are even more pronounced when you do it for 7 days. Yeah.
And is it a complete? I understand there's no food, but obviously you can drink water. How about juices and things like that?
Yeah.
Or is it basically water and that's it?
Yeah. There are two major methods. The one is water-only fasting, where you only drink fluids, calorie-free fluids like herbal tea, water. The other method is modified fasting, where it is allowed to have an intake of about 400 kilocalories a day. That's not much. That's a cup of a soup and maybe 2 small glasses of juice, and that's all. It helps a little bit. Then you can have for lunch a small hot soup. So that's also a method that works very well. Both are or have comparable medical effects.
And how long would a prolonged fast be? Is it 3 days? Is it 5 days? Is it a week? Because that seems, you're just drinking water. That seems rough.
Well, the most difficult days are the first 2 days. So I know that people say, well, maybe 3 days I can take, but not more. But what happens after 2 days, your body has fully switched the metabolism. So after the second day and third day, you don't feel hungry anymore. And that's why we propose really to keep it at least 5 days, because then you have the anti-inflammatory effects. Then we see the blood pressure effects. And then you have also, what is surprising maybe for somebody who has never fasted, you have a mood enhancing effect. So in our ward where patients fast for 7 days or maybe for 10 days, the mood is fantastic of these patients. They don't suffer.
Probably not the first 2 days.
not the first 2 days are difficult. You think you won't do it, and that's our job to assist.
Right. What inspired you to come this weekend? You know, how do you think the festival aligns with your message toward healthy living?
Well, I think what's very important is the aim is to maintain health and to keep people healthy until higher ages, to 80, 90, 100 years. And the Veggie Fest is about plant-based diet. So this is the basis of a healthy life. Fasting adds to that because fasting has 2 major effects. One is it has, as I described, very nice medical effects, blood pressure, diabetes. This also is very good to maintain health.
The reversal and the prevention of disease.
Exactly. On the other hand, it improves self-efficacy and self-healing capacity. So we have data that shows that when people end fasting, they are better motivated to adopt a plant-based diet. So both methods have a synergy and combine very nicely.
And they have a better mood, as you said. They're
exactly.
happier.
They have a better mood and they have a more like a self-reliance. You can make it.
Right.
And that's, I think that's one of the major experience of prolonged fasting. I know it sounds a little bit difficult.
A little extreme, but hey,
a little bit extreme.
Research is research.
But I really can tell you it works much easier than you think.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us and being here at Veggie Fest. Really enjoyed our conversation, and thank you all for tuning in.